it on.
Oh, there we go.
Live streaming, yay. Welcome.
Hello.
And it's happening, it's happening. Hello, 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 lovely beings. I'll put it also on my phone. And then I put the volume down here. Yes, the volume down here. Yes. So, welcome everybody. And then I put the recording in the clouds. Welcome. Yay. And then I'll check also my phone. So if there's any questions, everybody is very welcome. And so, yay! Welcome with another episode of the Real Talks, episode 19 already. We're going to be talking about some of the craziest things in this reality. Because there are some really crazy things going on here in this reality. And we're going to be talking about some of the what is some of the things are most craziest for us. It's like once you have like an awakening or spiritual awakening, you see the life a bit different and you see things a bit different. And then you find out some things that you first didn't know. And then you find out you're living in a totally complete opposite reality than you think you are. So we're almost like in the Truman Show or the Matrix. And you're like, what is this? And we're living, it's like that we think we are free. First we think we're free and then we find out we're not free, but then you can free yourself again. So this is also a bit crazy. It's like we're in, this reality is like, we're going to go into certain things, but what you think does is not always like the case. Like you think medicine and doctors help you with your health, but they actually, in a lot of cases, they give you some things that also help, but like a lot of times it's like they give you toxins that destroy your health. They all have adverse effects. People are not even aware of that, and they do not really talk about that. You have like banks that don't help you with your wealth. You have schools that also just like want you to obey, and like I feel like they're indoctrination camps. They also only want you to repeat what you learn, to obey the teacher, and then the same with your work. And it's really crazy. And they have all sorts of crazy rules. And if you don't abide by them, they put you in prison. And instead of like really helping these people, like heal these people to like, so they can live a better life. And then they put you like in prisons and they let you work for free. So they can have like even free workers. And it's like really upside down, this reality. And what you think are the good guys are the bad guys, and the bad guys are the good guys. And also there's so much people sharing truth and knowledge that are probably also like not even talking about the full truth. So it's like you never know who's real, who's telling the real truth, and who's telling maybe it's controlled opposition. Yep. That is also like really, it's almost like you can't even trust anybody sharing certain things because you're not sure if they're really like truthful or not. So it's like really, it's welcome to the real world.
Yeah. there's a lot of points I was like, man, that's a good point. Your chocolate. Uh, Trusting is something that, like, it started with finding out all the stuff in the foods, and then thinking that I was safe drinking bottled water, and thinking that things were and then just the more I found out and the more that happened, um I I started to lose trust in everything. It's really depressing when you're going to the store or the gas station or anywhere and you can't get anything that doesn't have some type of something that's going to cause something within you. I mean, even what you guys were talking about in your first episode with needing to do cleanses and whatnot, in order to properly heal yourself. Um, it is a truth. We're fed such crap, even in the medications. And then when you try and talk to people about that the medications aren't good, they're like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, aren't you? And I'm like, you know what? Let's stop. Let's stop demonstrating or monstering someone or whatever word you want to fill in. But let's stop doing that in order to deflect standing up and listening. Like, so many people don't want to like actually listen to what's going on, and they just want to go with what they're conditioned to know. And it's just but we have to approach it from a place of kindness and sympathy almost, because they some people refuse to come into the light. It's too scary to face your shadows. Some people's shadows are too dark. That's why they end up turning to alcoholism and other isms. But if we meet people with understanding and love, because we've been there, we've seen that, it'll help them to realize that we're not trying to be mean in telling them that the medications are bad for them. They're not going to call us selfish for not taking the vaccine. They're going to understand that they were played. And that's really fucking sad. It really hurts my heart, especially with how hard I tried to speak to some of my family members about it. My cousin tried to speak to his family members, and his mom is very closely knitted to me as a mother, because she took care of me as I was an infant for quite a bit of it. And it's just really sad when people start to slowly come to realization that you weren't just being some crazy washed up meth addict turned a hippie or whatever, you know. They stop putting labels on you and they start apologizing. And I even wrote a poem way back then, like, I don't want to be right. Do you guys think I want to be right about this? No, I don't. But I am. So please help my spirit spread the news to your guy. Like, it's very harmful. I don't know if I ever told you this. When I was a kid, I was raised Seventh-day Adventist by when my mom met this man, Alan Michael Simons. He passed
I
away
heard about the
in
Seventh-day Adventists. Yeah, they live really healthy.
yes. They don't eat pork. Like, they don't like they don't eat bottom feeding anything. So no shrimp, no lobster, no catfish, nothing that's a dirty eater. And a lot of them actually are vegans. They don't want to eat a carcass. They're like, why would I want to eat something that's dead?
And
That's
no
not good energy for
smoking.
me.
Yeah, no smoking, no drinking, and
Yep,
vegan,
yep.
and a lot of them become really old, I heard.
Yeah. One of my favorite Seventh-day Adventists ever, her name is Vivian Newharth. I'm sure she'll be fine with me mentioning that, except for the slight embarrassment that she'll feel. But she's a vegan, and well, I mean, when I knew her back then, she was in her 50s. So I would assume now maybe in her 60s or very early 70s. And I'm sure for a fact she still looks like she's 40s, 50s, because her skin was positively radiant. And so was her soul. When you feed your body proper things, your body is a masterpiece. It was created by a god with his image within it. So why do we put ourselves down so much to the level of, I mean, it's almost like we're casting ourselves out of heaven. We're doing the same thing that happened to Lucifer, but we're doing it to ourselves because we just don't want to listen. We don't want to wake up. And that's one of the craziest things in this reality to me is the rejection, the blind rejection to reality. Meanwhile, almost casting stone, no, not almost, casting stones on those trying to speak out the light.
Mm.
It's freaking frustrating.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. It's like you're just like shouting in the wind and like people don't want to listen. But I do believe more people waking up. But it's like I also understand people like
No.
doing like partying and drinking and eating certain things because they're not aware of it. And I also think like it helps them to cope with this reality, but they don't even know why they're doing it a lot of times. It just because like everybody's doing it, or
Yeah.
just because you're like
I
accustomed
mean,
to
look at
do
how many
it. Like,
people eat at McDonald's every day. Like when you said everybody's doing it,
yeah, and
that is I
especially in
mean,
America,
ugh.
where I come from, no one does that.
Oh, really? It's
Where
not
I come
popular
from, no one
over.
does it, only once in a while. No, it's not so, people do it, but not every day. Like in America, people do that every day, but in Holland, no
Man,
one does it. People really know it's not good.
I almost
But
promise you, you could drive by any
but they
McDonald's at any time
eventually.
of day and there's going to be a line through the drive-through. That place makes like it's like just in a 24-hour period, it's up in the million or billion. Like it's a stupid, gross amount of money. Like what? But they're not helping anybody. Are they helping? If they're making that much money, why are they not ending homelessness? Why are they not ending the food shortages that's about to come? Like, do something with your money or give it to us because we will.
Yeah, but it's like it's all set up this way. So the people that are not exactly doing what they want you to do in this reality, you fall out of there. And that's why like there's a lot of drug addicts, there are like homeless people, and it's like set up like this. That is not their priority. They don't care about these people. And they even make us believe they are bums, like they don't do anything. It's like they make you believe that also, like that it's like there's not normal, like that are human beings that they need, they also are worthy of help. But it's like they make you believe that you're worth nothing also. Like so many people are like struggling with love for themselves, with like how they view themselves. That's why they also with the beauty industry they make you believe that you're only good when you have a lot of makeup on and you put those things in your lips and your hair a
Mhm.
certain way, and it's like the unnatural. They put that as if that is the beauty concept. You have to be a certain like thin and like it's really crazy. Like there's also like a lot of people, like especially like women, are really struggling with self-worth and self-love and body image and they make money out of this, and there's
Yeah.
also so much toxins in the makeup and stuff, and you put it immediately on your face and it goes immediately in your face. People are not aware of the amount of toxins in everything, like the foods and all the beauty products and the
Yep.
cleaning products. Like it's like
Mascara
people
has
are
bat
like,
poop
you
in
don't
it.
even see. Hmm?
That's gross. And women just don't even realize it, but they're putting bat poop on their eyes. Or like and social media pushes it so
Mm.
heavily to do your makeup and to look like you're some like 10-star supermodel. And if you talk to men, even young men. My son is one of them. Like they don't like all that caked up bull crap. It's not a person presenting their truest self. It is a mask. What?
My mom is, I think it's she's in her 60s, almost 70, and she wears makeup every day. The whole face is like really crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like considered like normal to have all of that, but not knowing what is in there. Like people know that McDonald's is not good, but still they don't want to know what's in it exactly. You can just research, and then you think, isn't it strange that fries have 43 ingredients? They don't just need potatoes, no? Like what? Why? It's like it's like so obvious, and all the things that they have in ingredients that you don't even know how to spell. That is like it's all toxins, and people don't like almost don't believe the sheer evil how it is all set up, and that we're
Because
like
it's
actually under siege from the moment we're born. We're like in
yep,
a sort of war. We're in a like they say spiritual war that is
yeah,
waged on us, and we're not even aware of it because they program us. They condition us so much that we think this is normal.
yep,
While I was like, I think when I was young, I already thought it was strange. Like the people working the hardest have the less amount of income, like the people cleaning and stuff, and then the people in like the chefs that just like have some meetings with each other, they get the most. They just like exchange some bullshit and talk with each other, and they get the most income. When I was a young child, I found that already strange.
yeah, yep. I don't know. And
And it's
it's
like,
my teenagers are even noticing that already in the workforce. They're noticing how my son worked somewhere for 2 years, and in the interview they were promising about how they promote within and how they give, and he watched them hire other people for positions higher cooking level, and not promoting from within, and then not giving him his raise so long, like I said, 2 years, that he eventually put in his 2 weeks, and he was like, if you don't give me, well, he said a month prior to him putting it or leaving, he said, if I don't see my $1.50 raise by my next paycheck, I am putting in my 2 weeks on that day. And they didn't give it to him, and so he put in his 2 weeks. Um, it's insane how they already take advantage of my sons in the workforce. One of their first questions is, "Are you out of school?" And as soon as they say yes, they schedule them so many hours that they're over it, man. They're like, "This isn't. I'm a teenager, man. Why are we doing this?" It's the
mm,
conditioning of everything that you are all whopped up. Hang on. So we just need to all collectively start standing up for ourselves and doing better. Come here, buddy.
yeah, and finding different ways of you're dealing with this reality, and that's what I also do. I share like a lot of different ways how to cope with this reality and how to break free from it, and at
I just
least
go for you.
like once you wake up, what now? Like what can you do now? Like you know all of this, and then you can empower yourself and you can free yourself, and that it's like that's like you don't have to keep suffering, or you don't have to keep being yeah, because if in the beginning you're like, what is this, what is wrong with me, what is wrong with this society, and then you can really like, I
Yep.
totally understand people getting frustrated and depressed, but it's like not easy to live in this reality if you know it, and then people don't even want to listen to you. I make a lot of jokes about it, almost like on my Facebook, and people
Oh,
don't
hang
like
on
it.
a
Like,
second.
why are you laughing about it? It's like, yeah, do you want me to cry all day?
Feel.
Do you want me to cry all day? At least I bring like consciousness and awakening, but I bring it also with humor because at least people maybe want to listen to it because they think it's funny. You try different ways, like to at least make people think, or yeah, like you try so many different ways of spreading seeds that you also do that. But then people think it's strange, like, hey, why you're laughing about something that is really bad? But yeah, I'm like, yeah, if I really know, like, if you really know everything and you really like understand, like,
Watch
I
just
don't,
landed on my hand. I looked
yeah.
down and it was like sitting on my hand, and I was like, I freaked out, and I like in my head, I said, please don't sting me, fly away. And it flew away. Oh
Oh, what?
my God.
What was it?
A wasp.
Oh, yeah, okay. I
That
was
was
I was one
scary.
time stung by a wasp like this big. It
Oh my
stung here,
God.
exactly in my third eye. It's an upgrade.
Yeah, that's a blessing, because actually venom, especially bee venom, is very healing for a lot of things. Lyme's disease, it can help. It's painful because you have to get stung a bunch, but I mean, ask anybody with Lyme's disease and they'll probably take, if they could afford it, and that's something that sucks, man. Um,
Yeah.
Ticks are something that are everywhere. Uh, I really feel like um beekeepers should not try and capitalize and charge upwards of $50,000 to $100,000 for bee venom treatment when they could just as easily, because they know when the bee is closer, like which bees are closer to their end stage of life, and they could just like extract those guys and then give them to the people that have the Lyme's disease, and be a more communally caring place. Like, I don't understand why so many people want to make so much off of the less fortunate.
But that's
Like,
also how the system is set up. Like they also people that have like diabetes that have to pay so much for the insulin, and then the other side they're giving the vaccines away for free. Like that should already like make people think like why do they make us pay so much for this and for the other things they give for free? And but they're still paying for it because the government's still paying for it. People are not even aware of that. And um, it's like while there are so much natural cures, I saw yesterday a video on TikTok, someone asking Alexa, why are like why did the Rockefellers ban natural cures? And then they say like they can't patent it, so they can't make money of it, so that's why they did that. But that is also like that's why they don't want you to have like homeopathy or natural cures. And that's why they like even people that have like you can really heal a lot of things just by eating more better, like diabetes also you can by eating raw and eating natural. You can really heal so much things just by eating healthy. It's like people are not aware of it. And but also a lot of those illnesses, also like Lyme, they patent these things as well. They made them. All of them, all those viruses, they were all man-made. Like you can just find the patents online.
that's
And the patent
ridiculous.
from COVID was before that it came out. They patented already. It's like you can just find that online.
Well, and when you were saying that about the medicines and that they're the fakeness of it or something, it cued me off to oh, because they can't capitalize off of it. That's why they
Yeah,
didn't want the hydrochloroquine in was it uh
ivermectin.
the two ingredients, the hydrochloroquine and something else, ivermectin. They didn't
Yeah,
want those
ivermectin.
two being given, so they were even banning and firing doctors for prescribing it. But because of how cost effective it would have been to save everybody, and then it would have went against their plan, so of course they're going to not allow it. But that's case in point right there. They don't want us healthy. They don't want us fixed. They just want us they want us to be given remdesivir and then not be here.
Yeah, and we will find out that the hospitals actually killed off people with the remdesivir and the ventilators. A lot of people, there are a lot of videos online already about that, a lot of doctors telling about that. And they're killing off. And in the beginning, they also just put other reasons for the deaths from people. And they just say it's, oh, it's COVID. And now they don't want to say it's the vaccines. But I saw like there's a study out that from a lot of the times when people dying, 74% is because of the vaccines. So it's coming out. It's like really slowly. But now they're coming with the bird flu shit. And they're already vaccinating like chickens and stuff, and in some countries. I said also like there's like an ad going around like, oh, get your like McDonald's and just get a bird flu vaccine as well. But I didn't know if this was real or not, but I saw
They were
it.
doing that with the other shot. You got like your kid got a free Happy Meal if he came into McDonald's in America and got their vaccine. They had vaccine setups. And I was like, this is wild. How are you guys not seeing it at this point? Like, my brain is boggled by the fact that y'all really took your kid to McDonald's and got a free fucking Happy Meal and vaccinated your child. You are not doing. Oh, that's what I was going to say earlier about the Seventh-day Adventist thing.
Oh yeah.
I was taught when I was in Seventh-day Adventist religion that there very possibly could come a day in my lifetime that men in masks would come to our door with big pew pews and come into the house and have me and my mom and my dad and my sister all on our knees, and then they would ask me and my sister, who's special needs, do you guys believe in God? Does your family believe in God? And I was instructed as a little girl to tell them, yes, we do believe in God, because that was my surefire way to get me and my sissy and my mom and my dad into heaven. Now, I tried to bring this back up to my mother after her and my stepdad had separated and he was remarried to another lady. And my mom is also remarried. And the man that she's with talked her into getting vaccinated and my special needs sister vaccinated. And before that, I was trying to remind her of that story. And I said, Mom, can we just do one thing about that story? And it's going to completely change your perspective, or at least I pray to God it does, because you told me this when I was a kid. Let's take the pew-pews out of those masked men's hands and put a vaccine in them. You taking the vaccine is exactly and fully you telling God that you don't believe in the power of his might, and you're going to trust in a man in his 6-month vaccine.
It's really crazy, but it's like, but I also understand that people are like they have such faith because they're so programmed, so indoctrinated. But also, I feel also a lot in the truther community. Like I really feel like we need to unite, and we're like, still people are like talking about, yeah, this is real, because there's so many things like we don't know what is real, what's not real. So we even like discussing with each other about what is real, what is not real. And then you also have a lot of people that are like 100% believing in the Bible and Jesus, and like and they're spilling like Bible verses. Yes, of course some things are good in the Bible, but they also wrote it themselves. It's like it's also, and that they believe something higher, far outside of themselves, but you can realize that in yourself. And that is also like, you can find that in yourself, like what is real and what is not real, if you have that connection with yourself. And that is, a lot of people lost that connection, and you have to get back to it. And And then they make people like saying like, oh, this is from the devil, this is demonic, this and this, like even saying like meditation is demonic and all sorts of things. But it's like, I was like, no, we have to unite. We have to be one front with everybody. And we don't like, yes, there are certain things that we're not agreeing upon, but let's agree that there are some bad guys there that we want to get out of the way. First, we do that, and then we can talk about the details. Like we can do like this or this. Is the earth flat or is the earth round? Or is it like does it have like a middle earth in there or whatever? Like, or is it just holographic? Like, this is like, I don't know what it exactly is, but I'm quite sure they lied about it. Like, I'm very sure that like whatever they told us about that as well is also not true. Like, the sun is not as far away. If we're going through space, why are we have the same stars every day? It's like we see the sun in the clouds. When there was an eclipse, people saw the moon close by the sun. It's like a lot of people woke up because they saw the fake eclipse. It's like
Yeah.
it's in front of your face and you still don't believe it.
Yeah. And
No one is
there's been
questioning
times
anything.
even before, like when I was coming to the realization of flat earth, and it's proven spoken about even in the Bible. But when you're looking out at the sun in the day, and then you can look around and somewhere over in the sky over on the other side is the moon. Like, and people were trying to say, well, but I said, okay, if you're a glober, the sun's supposed to be up here when the moon's supposed to be down here. How am I seeing both of them right here? Can you explain that? Make it make sense, and then I'll show you reality. Because everything, and honestly, the depth of that deception is one of the other confounding facts that I found with flat Earth. I said, you know what? I bet they've even lied to us about something as silly as the globe is round. Because there's just too many things that line up that show it's not round. I mean, even talking to pilots, there's a lot of pilots that won't say anything. One of the pilots that I was it was at a restaurant I started working at, and there was 11 pilots at the table, but all of them except for one were ground pilots. And the one that flew, I was like, you right here, you looking at me? And he was like, yeah. I was like, flat or round? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, you know exactly what I mean, flat or round. And his buddy sitting right next to me was like, you know what? I've never even thought about asking you that question. Is she talking about the earth? Is it flat or round, man? And he was like, oh, I've never been high enough to tell. I said, do you want me to roll you a joint? Come on, you know you've been high enough to tell. That's crazy. But I mean,
there's enough videos about there's a lot of videos going around also on TikTok from people asking pilots and saying like they say like, is there curvature? And I was like, no. So like it's like they make you believe, like they want you to believe anything what they're saying, so you can't even think about for yourself. And that's why they also made fun of you when you are a critical thinker, when you are questioning things. It's like really like you can't question anything. It's like I'm happy with my tinfoil hat. I'm like or like people call me conspiracy theorist because at least I can critically think for myself and make up my own mind. But it's like almost like now you have more and more people that's really wear it as a badge. I feel like more and more people like are like coming out with it, and then I don't care what you think of me, and I will just keep sharing the truth. And I really like that more and more people really like with a lot of like confidence sharing everything, and they're like, we know this, and there's still so many like attacks and trolls and stuff, but that's like, I also like it on social media. You can just like take the comments away or block people if necessary.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry, then I don't have time and space for you. So but it's like, is this reality? I really like, but I think like also we don't know how many people unalive themselves or how many people are like locked up somewhere in jail or in a sane asylum just for speaking out.
Yeah.
It's like, and also people unaliving themselves because they can't cope with this reality. But there's no, like there's no nothing for them. For all the people that coming out of this are not fully doing the things what society wants, there is no, like they say, vangnet. There is no help for anybody. It's no support, help. That's why we started with awakening support a couple 5 years ago. But we were like really suppressed, or 4 years ago, we're really suppressed everywhere on social media. But there's also no funding for anything. Like they don't want to help anybody. Like they're like, oh, you're ostracized by society. They don't, and it's like, I'm just like, there must be some people out there like with good intentions that can help some people. But I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think most of the money is still in the hands of like most of the evil ones. But we have to find different creative ways to get the money into the hands of the people. And that is also something like I'm finding different ways, because like it's, you don't want to be like slaving away. And in Holland, like normal a week is like 40 hours or 36 hours. In America, people need 2-3 jobs and are working all the time just to make an ends meet. It's like, it's even worse, like in America.
Being a
And
single
even
mom
people
and
that are
having to
working
have
full
both of your
time.
sons work, like that's something that sucks too. Like I've even been talked to by some people in the workforce that are like, you make your sons work and pay rent. Like if I didn't, we wouldn't have a home. So like stop being like it sucks that we have to do so much here. It sucks that, like you were just saying, that over in Holland, you guys have a 40-hour work week and you guys are sufficeable. You don't have, I mean, I'm not saying you don't have money, financial problems, but I'm saying I'm sure it pales in comparison to what Americans have and have been going through with their payments. I mean, houses are so
Mhm.
ridiculously priced here that like, I don't know. I want it to move.
But
There's
it's also
some
they make it, they
what?
also artificially make everything more expensive, and they say because of the war, because of inflation, but they do that themselves. And they're artificially doing that themselves. It's also an agenda.
Yeah.
They want your money, they want your energy, they want that you're worrying about everything. So you're like constantly in fight flight mode, in survival mode.
Yep.
So you don't have time or energy to research when you come out from your work. You just want to watch television, and in the weekend you go shopping. It's like people are not like, are almost like drones or like robots, not even knowing that there's
People.
more out there. Like, but yeah, but I also like, there's like different perceptions of people out there about certain things. Like people calling people soulless beings, that there are soulless beings and there are like NPC non-player characters. But I
Yeah.
just hope that everybody has the realization to realize that potential in them and that God inside when they wake up. Like I feel like I was also like almost like in society fully, and then when I got my burnout, I got unplugged. So I think that the possibility is there for everybody.
Yeah.
But a lot of times you first need something bad happen to you in life. Like you have to go sick, your relationship ending, someone dying, and then you were like, hey, is this all? you have to go through like some really like dark happening in your life before you start like questioning things almost. And that's why like a lot of people have burnout because they get exhausted by their work, or like at one point they get exhausted and only then they wake up and start questioning things. But it's like people don't believe it's that evil. People hardly can believe that. Like it is. Like I didn't believe that also either in the beginning. Like I come from that place, so that's why I have like total understanding and compassion for that. Like I really believe that I do it I try to do it in the most gentle way, but I still know like I trigger people, of course. But that's also part of it. Like if you get triggered, there's something that wants to be
Yep.
seen or heard.
Yep.
I'm glad my partner triggers me. So I see my own limiting beliefs and what I have my construct in, because like I come from such a construct place with so many rules, because that is in Holland. Like people have like so many rules to live by. It's like really crazy. And they think that like this is normal. Like they don't think like, oh, taxes is good. No, it's theft by your own government. And we're
Not
like
good.
the realization that we're being run by big companies that have like evil
Well,
intentions. It's like
it's like they're slowly normalizing us to be comfortable with paid slavery,
yeah, with
being
nothing.
completely under their freaking thumb. Uh,
We're living in a feudal system, like from the past. Like this, the king gets the money for everybody. That's like the debt that you have to pay, like the tax. It's still the same, but people don't even. They think, oh yeah, in the past was really bad. The Middle Ages was really bad. And then you have like a meme saying like, at least in the Middle Ages they have like more days off than you now.
yeah.
And you get less and less days off. Like in some countries, you only have like in America, and like in Japan or like Thailand, there was like people have only 3 weeks or something in the whole year. It's like in some countries they put it they keep lowering everything, and because it's like so slow, they keep lowering everything, also the money, and but the money is going like what you could buy before is like now half, and it's the same price. You could pay like the amount, if we go to the shop, the amount of cards before the self-check uh, cashier, like the self-check,
Mhm.
I think a lot of cards people can't pay it or they have to bring it back. It's like a whole lineup of cards just before the self-check. And we always like, it breaks our heart just to see that. Like one time I made a picture of it, like to see all of these cards, like probably people couldn't pay for this and they had to bring it back. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is like like so bad. And I really feel like, and we need to find ways of helping each other. I really like it that on TikTok some creators saying like, from this video, what I make from this, I'll give it to someone who comments on this.
Yeah.
Or we like the videos from each other, so we're gonna follow each other. We're gonna like this the videos from each other, so everybody can help each other out, and we'll find different creative ways. It has to be.
We need to start also, while it's good to like do that when you're on your TikTok or whatever you're doing, um because this is something I learned with myself, because I'm like, oh, but I need to be famous on, I need to get lots of followers, and I need to do all this stuff to where I have a lot of people listening to me. Um but forgetting about my neighbor. And I'm like, well, that don't make sense, because when the shit hits the fan, who's the one that's closest to me? My neighbor.
Mm.
We need to start literally talking to our neighbors. Even setting up a weekly barbecue. And setting up to where maybe like a few of the houses that are gardeners can garden. Maybe some of them can have some chickens, be it to where we are our own sustainable space and we don't need to outreach to the grocery store that's I mean, now have you even seen those other TikToks that's coming around about how people are getting like rubber fruit,
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. That's
watermelons
like
that are bendable, like disgust it.
and bananas as well. Like they're going
Yeah,
around. Like I think they put so much, but yeah, it's also videos like they like with syringes that put things in the fruits because like that's why you need to be aware of like where you buy it. Buy it with a local farmer.
yeah,
Of course, grow it yourself is the best, but otherwise, an organic farmer, then you at least you know that there's not shit in it because they put so much, like all of the glyphosate, the Monsanto, the like they putting whole suits on when they're like spraying your food and you don't think that is bad. Like it's like really crazy. Like and so that's also good but if you want to eat normal vegetables or fruits, it's good to put them in a baking soda or like organic apple cider vinegar to clean them
yeah,
off. But they make everything so more expensive, so it's almost difficult to eat healthy. Like the normal food, like it's really crazy. They want you to eat the bad foods, and they make that cheap, so you keep
I can get a
getting it. And you think,
Whopper.
yeah, and you think then, but even that is they make it more expensive, so it's like
Yeah,
really great. But
yeah,
on the other hand, it's also they make it crazy and crazy and more difficult for people, so they wake up. So it's like an inevitable, it's almost like an inevitable wave going on that people are waking up. People are questioning, people are like thinking like, hey, what is this? And because like also like you should like thinking like you want peace, you want but like just bombing innocent beings. Like should anybody should be like think like this is strange? Why do anybody want to wage war? They people don't want that. Like in the 60s, people were like protesting against wars. They were speaking up against it. We don't want this. And now, like, people are hardly anybody speaks out about it. Like, hey, what are we doing here? Like, what the actual? It's like almost like people are so exhausted by life. Yeah, yeah, but I also understand. Like, once once you work all day and you have to still do groceries and you have to cook and then you like, there's not many hours left before you have to go to bed. And if you go to bed too late, you're even more tired the next day.
yeah,
It's all set up like this, that you're
yeah.
tired all the time. It's like it's crazy this whole, but we have to realize how bad before we can do anything. We have to realize how it is, how we have to face reality. We have to open our eyes, realize and face the reality. And also that the people that are ruling this world, like the billionaires, they're not philanthropists. They're like evil beings. And all those charity funds that people giving money to, they are not charities. They're part of the problem. And people need to realize that. And also like how evil they are. And but they are grown up like this way. They see us as their cattle, as their like useless eaters, and we need
Yep.
to and they're like it's horrible once you even go more down the rabbit hole to find out like there's actually rituals going on, sacrifices of humans and eating humans
Little
and
humans.
drinking blood, and
Yeah,
assaying children. This is like people need to know that this is actually happening, and they don't. It's like the time to look away is not. It's not now anymore, and that's why now a lot of things are coming out. Also, the evilness of Hollywood and the satanic music industry. That's now like in the open.
yes.
That's now out in the open, like people talking about it. Like I sold my soul to the devil, and then you're like, and then you people still don't believe it, even if they're like portraying in devil suits on stage
Yeah,
and doing rituals on
yep.
stage, and still people don't believe it when you say it.
You are, and it's honestly, the Taylor Swift one where her new album where she's on stage and they're all in red and she's in a witch's circle and they are definitely doing a seance. And people are just like, no, that's Taylor. She's just theatrical. And I'm like, God, no, no. Actually, this is the perfect time to segue because remember I told you I was writing a poem last night for today. It actually became a two-piece poem, but I want to read this part first because it's more pertinent to what exactly we're talking about. Okay. What is really going on here? No, no, no. I'm not asking what you want us to believe. I am demanding the veil be dropped. The deception must be stopped. We know you've lied to us on every account, from the secrets of the sea to the sermons on the mount. We've seen the depth of your deception in your devotion to the darkness. If your deception were arrows pointed at us, you'd blot out your very own black hole sun. You've touched with poison fingers 99.9% of all we intake. Yet that 1% you can never shake, for this 1% shall prove you fake. Yeah.
Really good. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
But what is also here, like what they actually say it on the things, like even on the what they sell. This like you have those things like what's Monster Energy or Liquid that, and one that I saw like it's like that has this so much shit in them, and one that I know now, like last time I went to the shop here, they're the new one. It's called Predator Energy. It's like you want to drink that like yeah. They have those names. Also the name of the liquid. I was shocked by that. If you know
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Emoto
I've
and
seen it.
what the words you say and what that does with something, and then you see like a can, like it's called like it's called like Predator Energy, and it was like, oh my God, and people like happily gulp it up, and people are not even aware the energy it has. And but this whole reality, it's like an inverted satanic reality. It's
Yeah.
like made for them.
Have you
But
heard that?
yeah, we are
Sorry. Go ahead.
no problem. We're the 99%, we're waking up, and they're with much less. So we're getting there.
Have you seen that song? I don't know the rapper. It's a female rapper. But it's called She the Devil. Bad little bitch gonna paint the town red. Ooh, she the devil. And it is so widely shoved into every avenue of a speaker that I like you can even see like little 5-year-olds singing along and bopping and I'm like, what are we doing? Why are we moving in a like it's weird how all of the people that listen to that song will almost do the same, like whatever bop it is or whatever it is. It's like a subliminal do this movement. And then I mean that's one of the things with the eclipse. They wanted everybody to look or to be looking at it, but you remember how they said, but please don't record this one. It's bad for your cameras or some bullshit like that. They didn't want us recording it. And I'm worried about teetering on the whole thing about that's not our real sun, that it's been replaced with a fake one. But there are documents of a fake sun being made. And honestly, this sun, it seems hotter than other summers.
Oh, you got muted. Yeah.
Um,
It's more
So
white and it's water, but a lot of people on TikTok talking about it. It's like they see also a different shape, and they're like sharing patterns of stimulators.
I really
Yeah.
okay. I'll watch the dogs.
So it's like a hectagon. It's like it's like people seeing in different shapes, and
Yeah.
they're saying like the sun simulator. They put something
Yep.
else out there, but sure feels different. I'm much less in the sun as since the 8th of April. Like this, I got a really bad burn, but also after that, there's something crazy about that as well.
Well,
But more and
that's
more
isn't
people.
that is making me really angry though, because I have always been an outside girl. I've always been a
Mhm.
barefoot girl. I have always like nature is where I go. Even if it's just out to my grass. I like to be on something that's not made by a man. And
Mm.
in the fact that I can't even really go outside anymore without even the sun is a lie now.
Yeah.
Guys, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
I mean, how much? What more are they gonna do? Like, when are we gonna fucking stop doing our 9 to 5 and start going and doing something? And I'm guilty too. I still go to work because I still feel like I'm like I gotta pay rent, I gotta pay bills, but it's so stupid.
Yeah, but you have to, because you still need food. You can't live from air. And I think people could live from air when the air was not so polluted in the
Yeah,
past. I think it was possible when you have more ethers in the air and was like when like and like there was like much more electricity in the air, and then you could live from that, I think.
yeah,
But they spray up so much chemicals everywhere. But it's
yeah,
also, it's like really, yeah. But still, like, so many people are struggling, and I'm like, we always have, like, if we're struggling, like, so many more people are struggling. So that's why we need to come together. We need to speak up. This needs to change, and we can't wait for anybody else to do it. So we need to do it ourselves. We need to take responsibility for our reality, and really face it, and really like share about it. And but on the other side, there's also some pool that just says, oh, if you just live outside of it, grow your own food, you're happy. I will be happy. But the rest of these people here are still suffering. So, but it's also like they make you believe that if you're just only working on yourself, just be good yourself, then you don't. And that is also in the spiritual world a bit bypassing. Like, hey, make sure, like,
yeah.
you just work on yourself. You just
No,
work on yourself.
no.
Uh, just work on yourself. Like, meditate on a mountain, and then it will all be good. You don't
Janneke,
have to do
very good
anything else.
point. Very
Yeah,
good point.
I
Because
think
it's true.
there's.
If you're a true empathic, if you're a real person that really wants to help heal people, just working on yourself isn't at all healing. Because we're almost crying inside seeing so many people so hurt and so like the world going on and what's happening. So for a spiritualist to say just work on yourself, it's funny that it's never perspectivized until you started saying it like that. But that is ironically selfish of a spiritualist to try and promote somebody to not help heal others.
Yeah, but that's also like all traditions are like also hijacked, because a lot of the gurus are totally fake, false gurus. This like
Yeah.
this everything is hijacked. You can't trust anybody. But of course, you also have to make sure that you are okay. sometimes in the past I put other people before me, and now I take better care of myself. That's like, but of course you don't need to forget yourself, but still I get the most like satisfied when I can help others, when I can heal others, and like let them know like, hey, I'm here, I do healing, coaching, do different things to help you free yourself. And I'm almost have to be like, hey, I'm here, I'm here. It's like really crazy, like because I'm also sharing truths, I'm also getting shadow banned everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like really not easy. Like my TikTok videos, and then mostly like 100, 200 views. But then it's like I'm gonna make them, and also my YouTube, but it still goes slowly up. And by the way, I post everything also on my Rumble. And the video that we
Okay.
made avoiding big pharma has more than 200 views on Rumble. Yeah,
Yay! Yay!
yeah. So
That
I
is
saw that last week,
awesome.
and it was like, oh, see, like, yeah, there's the reason that we're doing this, and we're like, even if you just like change one person's views of
Yes.
something, but even because it has a ripple effect, because this person says it again to other
Yep.
person, and we sharing this truth also makes other people more confident in sharing their own truth. Because not a lot of people, like there's more and more people sharing about it, but still not so much. We need
Mm-hmm.
more. We need all of you. We need all of you to speak up everywhere where you
Unite.
are. Yes, and you unite, and you are also welcome to come with us, to join us, and to join these talks. And yeah, so we'll find different platforms and different ways to join each other even better.
Ow.
And yeah, we'll because we are empowering ourselves, we are activating ourselves, we're getting more in our truth, and we're getting like the more we do these talks, we also get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we also activate ourselves. We learn from we it's already beneficial for us doing it with each other. We're learning from each other. We're empowering each other, and then it can and then it also goes to the other people that will see it. So anybody who's seeing this, if you ever want to comment on the things, or what are some things that you think are really crazy that we didn't talked about yet? I think
I
we
did want to.
covered quite some.
When you said that, I did want to mention, because I asked my son, because you know how you said you asked your spouse. I asked my son, um, what's the craziest thing in this reality right now? And he was like, honestly, Mom, technology. Technology is wild. How many hours people will spend on a phone, completely detached from what reality is. Like he was like that's something to me. I mean, he didn't elaborate and do some big long speech on it, but he just said that technology definitely is one of the craziest things in this world right now.
I think also they want us to be on the phone 24/7 at one point, at virtual reality, and then
Yep.
thinking that reality is more interesting than our own reality. But it's also with
Yep.
movies and series and everything like that is more interesting than our real life. Just making it different. Like it's almost like your normal self, real life, simple life is not enough. They also want you to like that think that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the little things, it's in the simple things, and being grateful for that is that you like it's simplifying your life to more basic, and to have more time for yourself, and to do the things that you want to do. It's really important. Um, yeah.
Going and volunteering, doing stuff like that is something. As soon as you said that, in my mind, I was like, I went to go to like the local dog shelter and go volunteer. Do something like that. I should, because I remember when I was a teenager, my mom used to do that. That was actually one of my forms of punishment, which was weird, but it set certain values in my heart. But to go help like a soup kitchen, or go help somebody or something that is less fortunate than you, and it puts your problems in a perspective that helps heal in a way.
Yeah, and there's always like this people can really help each other, even if it's small things. Like we can help each other, we can help each other out with certain things. Like and what someone is struggling with is someone else is struggling with other things. So that's why it's so important to come together, to co-create with each other, so to talk with each other, because
Yeah.
other people have the puzzle pieces for each other. Like
Yes.
someone is struggling with
Networking.
something that is really easy for someone else. Like it's like we need to like see what are your good points and what are your bad points, and how can we come together and be real about like all the good points and all the bad points as well.
That should even be in schools. Exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking about. That should be in schools.
yeah. Also
Let's own a child
communication.
from like babydom. Figure out
Yeah,
what
but
they're good
also
at.
yeah. What do you like to do? What are you good at? And also
Mhm.
communication and much more creative things. Like they don't stimulate that as well, like creative
Yeah.
things and
No.
making things and art and music and stuff. But that's also what they really try to diminish at this moment. Yeah, so I really have hope. I have high hopes for reality. I really believe that we're going to like a great awakening, the Aquarian age,
Yeah.
golden age. But we're in the transition. We're in the beginning stages of that change, because consciousness can only grow and expand. So people will only grow in that, like it expands and
Yeah.
expands. But it's really, but also I believe that the people that can't deal with it, they're like they fall off for some reason. Not only because of they can't deal with it, they can't, like they have so many toxins, they don't become old. Like it's almost like it is like a natural selection going on. But for me it's really strange, like if you look at the eyes of the people, the evil people, and for me it's strange that they trying to kill off with the jabs, they try to kill off the people they control the most.
Yep.
The people that are left are the ones that are not in, like that are they can't control. So they can have a problem, I guess. And when the people find out the truth, also these people will be angry. When you find out that your like family members are killed off by them, like people will be angry, and there must be a revolution coming.
There
It's
has to be. There has
inevitable,
to be.
and the truth is it will come out. It's already like drip 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 drip.
Actually, since you said the revolution is coming, that's my second poem. So let me run back
Oh,
outside real quick.
yay! It's
It's
coming.
called,
The turn of the ages is coming. The shift is happening.
yep.
It's coming, and I get goosebumps. So I know this for me to be true. I don't even have to know it, but I know, like there's a knowing,
Yep.
and we
Um,
came here for it.
okay, this one is
We're
called,
born for these times.
yes, we are. This one's called The People's Choice, Not Yours. I said, why do I let the night hours turn into minutes? Fading and fleeting my thoughts become, where a desire to create brings my brain to a quake. A rumble of deep-seated anger fuels the fire to my awakening. For now, I see all their treachery, not just in our lifetime, but our far back, way back ancestors. For as long as we've had truth, we've had lies. I know I can speak for all of humanity when I say, we'll take it from here. You've well overstayed your welcome. It is time for you to go. Or we can do this the hard way. It's the people's choice, not yours.
Yes.
Meaning that we get to choose how they end. Yep.
And it's also strange, like, who are they? Like, what is driving them? Like, why are they so evil? Why they're like the satanic? Like, it's not only like they grew up like this, but what is making them like that? Is it like, are they like from some other realm? Are they possessed by demons? It's like really strange. Like, people don't know exactly what is true about it. It's like some people saying like they're like extraterrestrials, or people saying like they're archons, they're reptilian, they're like they come from a different reality. But other people think they're like just under demonic influence. They have like spirits in them that they think they need to live like this. But I don't know the exact truth as well about that. I hope to find out one day, not in the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really believe we will find all truths. I recently heard someone say, like, yeah, when we die, we find it all out. I was like, no, I want to know now. I want to know
Yeah.
now what's happening
I
here.
don't
I
want to
want to know
wait.
now. I really feel like we will find out soon what exactly is to all of it. And also the origin of us, like the history, and yeah, there's so much to know that we don't know yet. Oh, and then we didn't. Oh yeah. So like there's even more layers and more things, but I think we had a lot of things already. I think it's all right. I can keep sharing even more things that are crazy about this reality, but
Yeah.
I think especially for people that like don't know about all of this, it's already quite some things we shared.
Overwhelming. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a problem with me. I need to learn when to shut up. Because when I find somebody that's actually being receptive to what I'm saying, I do have the tendency to go, okay, so you know that, okay. I get diarrhea of the mouth and I just keep on going. And, but I have to remember that I didn't come to all of those things at once. I came to them very slowly so that I could accept and eat them and chew them up. I just barf information into people's mouth.
And someone saying, what actually happened with 9/11? And then you're like, for an hour, and then after I told my partner, I think I went too far.
Yep.
But yeah, I think I also believe the people that coming to this are the people that know already some things, and already know me also, and know already some things. But if you don't, if you need any help or processing, or you need some network, feel free to reach out to us. And we're here as well for understanding
I know.
and some guidance as well. Like, I'm also for coaching and healing. I give a lot of courses as well. So I'm just here want to help people, and help people understand this reality, and also deal with it. Like, in what way can I help you deal with this? Because it's not easy. It's not easy. And for even the people that know already for a long time, it's not easy. So
Yeah.
oh,
Or the
Doggy.
puppy.
Yeah.
He is
So
so he's a Tibetan Mastiff and Border Collie mix. So he is like, because they were bred in Tibet by monks, they're very like calm natured. They're very sweet until like somebody comes into their home or attacks or tries to hurt their because they're the most loyal dog as far as it goes with protection. There's a sweet boy, but he's a sweet guy. And then this one's Nala. Twin's my big girl. Say hi, Nada.
Hey, hey.
She's a Rottweiler and a Husky mix.
Oh, also interesting mix.
Yeah, yeah. Stop chewing on my shoes. Keep chewing on my shoes. But yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to get it going longer.
It's
Are we
okay.
doing?
I think we talked about enough things for now. And
Yeah,
if you have any questions, if you want to put in the comments what are crazy things we didn't spoke about yet, or maybe some topics that we can speak next time about, you're very welcome to put something in the comments. And like and subscribe for more amazing content, because we have to remind people of that. And at the end, we always share short about ourselves and what we do. So maybe you want to do the outro. Oh, yeah. Oh, you think?
yeah. I am Keara, and I'm just really trying to. Actually, yes, I just got this new tattoo, and it's a little bee, and then it says and then a light, well, sun.
Oh,
Um, because I'm trying to be the light that no one can ignore. I'm trying to be so bright all the time because I've always been like, man, God, why'd you make me such a loudmouth? Why did you make it to where I can see so much? Why do I think differently than other people? Why? And not until my knowledge that God needs people like us to do this kind of work in this time so that we can unite everybody, atheists, Christians, spiritualists, demonic people. Like, we can all unite on one basis that we're kind of fucking tired of how we're being lied to, treated, pushed down, dragged down. So let's all come together and go fight this monster. That's me. I'm Keara.
yay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
Uh,
yeah, I'm Janneke Hellebrekers, and I call myself Miss Hellbreaker, and Hellbreaker is my real surname. And I'm living my purpose, like really like breaking free from hell system and matrix. And I break free more and more, and I help others break free as well on different levels, energetically, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever I can help you with. I have something in my backpack with it. We give yoga, meditation, healings, energy healing courses. I'm more and more creating also on a website. It's called Ko-fi, where you can also support me, help me, buy me a herbal tea. But I also have like more exclusive content there. I will be giving more webinars and masterclasses. And I'm also now, I'm very with self-publishing my first book. I'm busy with that. So wherever I can spread seeds of consciousness and awakening, and like really like for you to empower you to create your own, become your own creator of your reality. Like this is what we are doing. Some people would almost think like it's like you're putting up a symbol.
yeah, I was like, I love you. No, I
Yeah,
love you
but
because
for
I'm
other
like,
people,
support, yay.
yeah, but other people see that as devil's horns.
No, that's if you put the thumb in. If you put the
Oh yeah,
thumb
okay,
in, it's devil
okay,
horns because it creates
oh
the
yeah,
face. But if you
okay,
have the thumb
cool.
out, it's I love you.
Okay,
And
good
then
to know. I
it
didn't know
also
that
makes a
yet.
heart.
No,
So,
our intention is just love and help people and support people. So know that.
yes.
Because maybe some people don't know the symbols exactly, so that's good to know. But know that we are coming from our like really integer, honest place to really help you and to really empower you and to really understand this. Because first you need to wake up. First you need to face reality before you can do something about it. So
Yeah.
And that the time is now. Time is now for us to unite and speak up more, and we'll find different ways and know this we are in the cusp of this great transition and this great shift. And we are some of the pioneers in it. And I get goosebumps again. We're pioneers in this, and we're happy to guide you along with this and to help you. So thank you for watching, and see you again next week. Oh, this was again great. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you.